All right. Hey, man, we have got a show for you tonight. So, before everything gets started here, we're going to be going through our slides. We're going to make sure our puppy is asleep. And all right. And I think we're ready to get started. All right. All right, folks, my name is James Henderson. I am the founder of BuyUsedge.com. We're a marketing firm here in Fulshear, Texas, here to help you out with all your AI needs. Since the old way of marketing is now coming to an end, we're actually here to help you with, implementing the AI into your business needs. So since most of y'all have come to me and I've talked to most of y'all on the basis that y'all have a budget of zero, I'm gonna make all of y'all, for this next 40 minutes, a a an employee, an honorary employee of the Bayou's Edge, and you're gonna learn everything that I have in my arsenal to help you out with it, to help you with your company and anything else that AI can help you out with. So this is a pretty big ordeal. And so if there's anything else I can help you out personally in some much bigger project, then my contact information will be at the end of this slide and end of this screen. So I've got about 100, 200 slides. Yeah, I've got a lot of information, so not all are going to be able to cover your needs, but we're going to focus on the back end and we're going to focus on making sure your business, we're going to focus on that AI can help run your back end business needs. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So, like I said, that we're going to be doing the agenda here. We're going to be going through the introduction, the ChatGPT Marketplace, Office tools, final tips, and if you need help, give me a call. All right, but let's go with the power of letting someone else do it, and what's even better than that, letting someone else do it for free. That's pretty much the greatest thing. Don't you agree? I agree. So this right here happens to be the subscription model of chatgpt.com/gpts. It's the marketplace, and what you're going to want there, and what everyone that I've talked to is having problems with, is prompts. So how do you write a prompt? Can you write me a better prompt? Listen. Here's the information on how to get to a better prompt writing service. It's right here. All right, right on your screen. Right. So on this search GPTs, you're going to go ahead and click on prompt, and you're going to click on prompt engineering. And for an example, I had a friend that came to me and said, "Hey, listen, I need to write a business plan for me to get $1.5 million to start up a car washing service here in Fulshear to help you out with, help me out with, making a lot of money." And so I said, "Well, what do you got?" I said, "So this is what he had." So it's like, I need a professional business plan on a car wash in Fulshear, Texas called Shine My Car. Great name, right? That is bank ready. It is a new business loan on a busy street that does not have another car wash around for another 12 miles. Got to get that information. I need $1.2 million from the bank, and the land will be for the land and equipment, and I'll have it paid off in 3 years. So what that did is created the prompt with the tone, with the finance information, and with the bank, hogwash, and in return it created out 5 wonderful pages of information that he could have gave to the bank. Now I actually gave this to a bank loan officer, which is a friend of mine. He said it's about 90% right, but right now he would have denied it. However, though, he did send it off to the SBA, and SBA said he would have approved it though, because most of everything's there. As long as your credit score is there, and he would have, and he, and if he could have taken the equity of out of the house, stating that your business, that you've got equity inside your business, then this would have been a done deal. So, and this only took 30 minutes instead of paying someone else a couple $1,000s to write a business loan. That was it. So let's go ahead and finding out what all these terms mean to help you out in getting your back office, artificially, friendly. So what's an agent? How do I use an agent in my business? What does an agent really mean for me in my business? An agent is used ready-made artificially intelligent program that can work on their own to handle tasks like reaching out to prospects, confirming orders, or qualifying leads so that your staff can focus on more important work. That's basically what an agent is, right? And wouldn't you like to have someone else do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not have you pay for it? Like when someone, types in a comment, well, you want that agent to type back, and if the person types back in a comment, realize that, is this guy just looking for information, or does this guy need to be leveled up to a salesperson, or to you to close the deal? That's what we're talking about here. So this is what you look for in an agent, right? You want the ease of use, you want the integrity, you want the customization, you want the scalability, because just think about it, your business grows, you want to grow from one agent to tens of thousands of agents, and of course you want real-time monitoring, finding out that if you need to tweak the agent a little bit more, then that's the way to do it. And here are some of the current agents that are out there that have made other businesses profitable. And once again, all these agents and everything else that I show you here shortly are on YouTube on how to build agents. All right. So before I get farther down the line, you've got to find out which agents work for your software and your business. So that's really important. All right. Next, automation. So what's automation? Automation is a set-up sequence of actions such as creating invoices, sending emails, and adding calendar events to run automatically without any coding, saving your team hours each week. Isn't that nice? Wouldn't you like to come in and find out, and your calendar is already filled, and just find out which meetings you need to be at, which people you need to call? Ain't it great, folks? Are we getting dumber, or are we just getting relaxer? Call it whatever you want. I'm a little bit less stress. I'm calling it. So what you look for in an automation agent? You want to look for ease of use, you want to look for scalability, and you want to look for integrity and integration also. So what's out there for you that I've personally used and that my company's used to help you out? Zapier works great. NAN I've used. In fact, I've used all these products that I've showed you with different clients. But it's, once again, you've got to find one that works with your current solution in your software that you're running. So some CRM products won't integrate with a lot of these because they're just not built yet. Others are. So this is something that you've got to look into. All right? All right. Now, overcoming chatbots. But we know what a chatbot is. It's a conversation assistant on your website that answers questions to gather customer details and direct inquiries to the right person. For any hour of the day, improving services without hiring more staff. Well, we get that. So what do you look for when you put a chat box inside of your own website and inside your own company? You got to look for your output quality. You don't want a harsh chat box that sounds robotic. You want something that sounds naturally. Like if you look at ChatGPT compared to Claude, the tone of the outcome is now totally different. There's a distinct ability in those chat boxes. You gotta look at the different features. What features are important to you, and of course the ease of use and security. And of course, here are some of the chat boxes that I've used, and with other companies. These are great chat boxes, but these aren't all of them. There are new chat boxes that are coming online every day. But it's once again, it's going to be up to you to find out which one is right for you and your company. Overcoming computer use. So you want to give non-technical employees the ability to control software on their computers, opening applications, filling out forms, or organizing files using simple spoken or written instructions, which happens to be a big deal because there's only so many IT people that you can hire inside your company. What do you look for when you integrate an AI computer use agent? You're looking for the autonomous execution. You're looking for the multi-tool. Will it run all your applications in your company, or are you gonna have to buy multiple tools and multiple agents inside, for your company? Is it easy to break down? So, in other words, can we go to Outlook, to WordPress, to your accounting software, and do intricate parts while you're emailing and setting up appointments? This is something that you're really going to have to ask those deep questions of all the different scenarios that you currently work in to help you out inside your business. So here are some of the current ones that I've used in the past. They work. They're not buggy. This is great. And let's go ahead and move on. Hey, this is all on video. Need to stop? We can always pause it. And of course, I'll give you the link at the end here that has all the slides. So, deep research. You want to deploy artificial intelligence programs that scour academic studies, industry blogs, and regulatory documents to summarize trends or important changes. Perfect if you need thorough market research and you're on a tight budget. I know people who've paid tens of thousands of dollars to get information on the deep research. However, though, with ChatGPT and other AI models, they've been able to go to all these different libraries, gather the whole information, and then within moments, I can go into some of these market ChatGPT place, ask a very detailed question without reading thousands of documents, have it answer within moments. It's great. So when you're looking for your own deep research agent, you want to look for accurate, you want to look for understanding, what's easy to use. You want to look for the right connections and to keep everything organized. Especially if you're doing research and you're bringing that information over and you want to give credibility where credibility is due. All right. So here are some of the ones that I've used in the past. They work. They're really good. Most of them are paid, but it still saves a lot of time. And like I said, time is money. All right, let's move on. Document chats. Love them. So we can upload contract materials or instruction guides and then ask questions about their contents, like key deadlines or obligations. So you can review agreements without needing a lawyer on call. Or if you're trying to get a new employer up to task real quick. So if you're not too keen on putting all your personal secrets out there on ChatGPT and condensing it, you can go ahead and have your own personal ChatGPT inside in your house. And of course, we do that. And when you do that, you want to look for output quality. You want to look for features that are important to you, and of course, ease of use and also security. So only certain people should have access to this to these features. You know, like your C-level suite should only have access to your finances. Your salesman should only have access to your CPA information, and of course, your salesman should only have access to all your articles, and engineers can do their thing. And here's some of the products that I've used in the past for them. All right. Now we're just moving along and having a good time, aren't we, folks? If I'm going too fast, it's video. I like it. So, selecting a search engine. So 40% of all searches from Google by next quarter are going to be down. What does that mean? That means websites are dying faster than a worm in the heat wave of Houston, Texas. So a smart search engine adds an artificial intelligence driven search function to your internal document library or public website, so employees or customers find the right files, product pages, or help articles in seconds. Or if you're a developer, will create exactly what they need with your API or software language in mind, or software language actually. All right. So what's the right answer when picking these? Answer quality, features, and ease of use. There's quite a few of them out there. There's Perplexity, there's ChatGPT, there's Microsoft Bing, and of course there's Google, there's Bing, there's U.com, Brave Search, DuckDuckGo. But then again, there's many, many more, and it's all about what you need. All right. So overcoming the detector. Let's go with what's a detector? Detector is making sure that people haven't given you a lengthy article and you've asked for it to be written by them, and it's actually written right by AI. Well, 6 months ago that was easy. Guess what? That's actually becoming more, because AI detectors analyze your marketing copy or product description to identify machine generating or low quality writing, so your brand voice stays genuine and trustworthy. That's getting a little bit harder to identify now with some of these new models of AI. So I'm just saying, folks, some of these used to be high accuracy and everything, but it's getting harder and harder to find some of these guys that can actually say. Because I've actually put in a chapter of Romans, and it came back that it was used by AI. Unless you tell me God is a huge robot, So, but anyways, here are some of the products that are out there that I've used in the past to help clients out. But I think this is getting a little bit harder and harder. Tell me what you think, folks. All right. So humanizers. So basically, when it comes to humanizers, we're looking for the tone, and with Claude that just came out, it's getting more humanizing than anything else. So you're basically transforming robotic drafts, for examples, automatically generated emails into warm, friendly messages by adding local expressions for your company, personalizing them before sending it. And of course, what are you looking for? You're looking for natural flow, contextual awareness, undetectable output, style, versatility. Here are some of the products that are out there that have been pretty good. So overcoming proofreaders. So you're looking at the grammar and the style assistance. So you want to instantly catch spelling errors, grammar mistakes, and inconsistent and proposal newsletters or social media posts. Keeping your communication polished and professional. So you're looking at proofreading. Make sure you're not copying anyone's work, but as information's getting more and more, you know, convoluted out there, it's getting harder and harder to know if you're actually copying anyone's work. And so but you've got to go to like Google copyright and start searching phrases. Oh well. So here are some of the products that I've used in the past. All right. Translators. They are a lifesaver. My wife's family's from the Czech Republic. I don't write Czech, so we they convert your website, text, and user guides, marketing materials into other language. And so since we're here in Houston, Texas, you got to make sure that your spelling in Spanish is correct. So opening doors to new customers without hiring a translation service. Those do get expensive, by the way. So, and every day they get more accurate. The supporting language is getting better and better. Contextual understanding and integration options are getting better and easier. And of course, customization features are getting better. Here are some of the current products I've used in the past to help out customers. That's always been a huge blessing. So, overcoming writers. Basically, content generators. So, what is it about to produce blog posts, product descriptions, or email campaigns for a short outline, speeding up your writing process and helping you rank better in online searches? Basically, this is great for if you're trying to get your name out there for brand recognition. You've got to keep your post out there one day at a time. Find yourself an awesome content generator. Tweak the style, tweak your information. We're building a product to really hit on this subject for brain recognition. This is something that we are digging deep into, but this is something that is taking a little bit longer than we expected. So, but this is something that is going to be awesome. But here are some of the other products that we've used to help out. All right, so we're going to move pretty quick on the next several slides. Once again, background removal. So it instantly removes background from product photos for clean online listings or marketing graphics. No expert, image editing software needed. I still pay for a Photoshop subscription, and I like it. Some of the features I like it, but some of the online software that's out there to do some of the features that I pay for Adobe are now getting out there, and it's free. But you know, but that's just but it's that's just me. So here's some of the current software that's out there that I've used in the past, and some of the customers like. Here are some of the image detections. So as with scams that are increasing, you want to keep yourself safe. So you want to scan users submitted or stock images to detect inappropriate or risky content before publishing on your platform, or especially if you're looking to bring in someone, to make sure that that person didn't submit to you an AI generated profile, and it's actually them. So let's make sure that we stay safe, everyone. So these AI detectors are becoming more of a need now for small businesses than anything else. And here are some of the products that are out there that can help them. All right. So, selecting photo editing. So, you want to enhance or retouch pictures. Once again, there's many different products out there, but some of the AI features out there, uh, they are becoming more and more accurate, and creating some really cool touch-ups to help get team photos out there, to get Photoshop um, uh, marketing material out there. It is becoming time saving, is becoming, you know the the interfaces are great. The consistency, uh, for if you got a business where you want all the pictures in a 12-part photo shoot to be consistent, we you can get the tone just right in all of them. I know that, talking to many different photographers, that used to take weeks. Now it takes moments. So that's a big deal. Here are some of the current products that I know some of y'all, as photographers and marketers, use. I know I use Canva and PixArt. So here we are again with the image, generators. I've created some really cool 3D generated images that you just can't get out there, right? So you want to generate, custom illustration, icons, social media graphics to get the point across. Simply describing what you need, by your brand's artist, fresh, without hiring a designer, each time. So, and especially if you're on a marketing budget, hiring a designer or creating a 30 a, a 30 word prompt. And in fact, that prompt engineer that I just showed you about at the very beginning of this video, tell it that you want to create a video, you want to create an image with XYZ with the tone in. It'll create a pretty detailed prompt for you for the image generator and give you a much better picture. I just gave away my secret. Oh well. So what are you looking for in an AI generator? You look for output, quality, controller, and ease of use. And here are some of the current. And I forgot to put VEO3, the new Google one that's out there. That is amazing. I gotta admit, I'm jealous I didn't create it. Headshot generator. I Pretty impressive. So create consistent, professional-looking staff portraits for your About Us page, even if you can't arrange an in-person photo session. That's right. So you're looking for high-quality output, user-friendly interface, and customization. And here are some products that I've used in the past to help out with clients. Logo generators. So what is it about a logo generator? You can sketch out logo ideas by describing your brand's personality, ideal for early stage companies experimenting with different looks. And here are some of the products that I've used in the past and helped out with other clients. And of course, the image upscaler. So say you've got a product or an image that you just need to get in high quality. You know, you want to improve the low resolution and photo and scale document, making an old marketing asset of paperwork clearer, more usable. This is the way to go. And so I'm gonna put this into a two-part streaming, folks. So I am here. All right. Hold on. Okay, so basically this page right here, that'll give you all the slides. I'll go through the rest of them here at a different time. So if you started with me, come back at the end of this session or later on tomorrow, and we'll get started again, and I'll go through the rest of them. But I've got to go. But we've got a whole bunch to help you out with your business. So I look forward to hopefully helping out with, a lot of y'all. But cool. All right, I'm out of here. Sorry, but something just came up. All right. Have a good day.